The Duggar family has been in the spotlight before due to their strong religious beliefs and their rapidly expanding home. However, genuine suffering may remain hidden beneath the surface, even with coordinated attire, well-crafted family declarations, and smiles. Not because the camera team was off-air this week, but because Jessas Seewald, formerly Duggar, and husband Ben are grieving the unfathomable. The Duggar home went silent. Their unannounced infant died in the intensive care unit a few days after birth due to an unexpected and serious illness. Children are a blessing, has been the Duggar family credo for generations, so their loss hit close to home. You won't find this in a tabloid. A mother's heart breaks, her faith is challenged, and she grieves in public view. Even though Jessa and Ben have kept a low profile online, they choose to keep silent about their fifth pregnancy. After going through a devastating miscarriage in 2022, Jessa became extremely guarded and reluctant to share her story. She simply did not want to be subjected to judgment, anticipation, or inquiry. An individual familiar with the family revealed. This infant was unique. There was a subtle optimism. With only infrequent glances of ultrasound images or discrete bump shots in family group photos, Jessa provided few updates as her pregnancy advanced. After 19 kids and counting ended, fans continued to speculate without an official statement. That wasn't for views. It was for the sake of healing. The immediate shipping, what Jessa later called a mother's worst nightmare, happened to her on a wet Thursday night when she was just a few weeks into her third pregnancy. She started having severe stomach discomfort and copious bleeding while at home with her other children, Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, and Fern. Upon discovering the seriousness of the situation, Ben promptly took her to the nearest hospital. It was quiet, despite her fear, according to a nurse who worked at Washington Regional Medical Center. She clung to her faith by mumbling scripture verses. A partial placental abruption is an extremely unusual and potentially fatal consequence of pregnancy, and doctors have diagnosed it in Jessa. A cesarean section was done in a hurry. Despite being born alive, the infant boy was in a lot of pain. Just barely. His heart was thumping. He was airlifted to the newborn intensive care unit and kept under constant monitoring after being intubated. Over the course of 36 hours, the Seawalts prayed for their son with each breath he took. Emergency in the intensive care unit. The second night at 3:27 a.m., the monitors started beeping. The oxygen levels in the boy's blood dropped dangerously low, and his heartbeat became irregular. Medical personnel hurriedly entered. Wheeled in to say goodbye was Jessa, who was still resting in her hospital bed. She grasped his little hand. "Mama's here," she whispered. "No worries. Relax for a moment." The boy's delicate heart eventually gave out a few moments afterward. Nothing happened. There were no outbursts of sadness. Ben sobbed quietly by her side. Jessa just held him for a while longer. Never once did he open his eyes. And he never sobbed. His love, nonetheless, was intense, profound, and everlasting. Breaking news from Jessa. Just 2 days after he passed away, Jessa shared an Instagram photo, a monochrome shot of a single bassinet, empty save for a folded blanket, on the platform. "We are devastated," the caption read. "Before we could ever meet our precious baby son, Jesus greeted him into heaven, but we were the ones who welcomed him into this world. What a model he was. Our hearts will forever hold him, even when our hands are empty. Because there may be depth in even the briefest of lives, we gave him the name River Michael Seewald. We ask that you keep us in your prayers while we traverse this valley." Instantaneous love blossomed. Supporters, acquaintances, and other Christian families left thousands of comments. Not only that, but even Jill Dillard, who is estranged from the Duggar family, said, "We are sobbing with you. We are thinking about you and your loved ones." The Duggars' reaction. This tragedy provided the Duggars with an opportunity for genuine sorrow, as they had consistently presented a united front in public despite their recent scandals. "No parent should ever have to bury their child," Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar wrote on the family website. "Jessa and Ben are in our thoughts and prayers. Even in our pain, we believe in God's sovereignty." The creation of River was both terrifying and miraculous. Official counting on fan pages went dark as a show of unity, which is unusual. Writing, "You were always the strong one, Jess." Johannah Forsyth shared a snapshot of herself and Jessa from their teenage years. "For your sake, let us stand firm now." Losing someone in the lights, the Seawalts are grieving in the spotlight, unlike other families. Both kindness and brutality were brought about by social media. Many people prayed for the family and provided support, but some questioned their values, way of life, and willingness to publicly discuss their personal suffering. Jessa was speechless in response to those. She disconnected. It was clear from her quiet, though. She is relying on her religion and her children, according to those closest to her. A friend added that although Spurgeon doesn't fully comprehend, he is aware that Mama is unhappy. They are mourning in solidarity. Amidst riddles. Through lullabies. With all humility and reverence. Reflecting on River. Under the shade of an ancient oak tree in their backyard, the family had a private, modest memorial service. Absence of cameras. Nothing to report. When Ben read Psalm 34:18, he saw that the Lord is with the downtrodden and rescues those who are spiritually crushed. A small white box, adorned with lace and scripture notes from each sibling, was buried. By the side of the box, Ivy set a flower, saying softly, "My love is for you, my little brother, an unknown future." The following actions have not been announced. There are no videos available. Not for profit. Since then, Jessa has been noticeably absent from her typical YouTube vlogs and religious content. A silent healing is taking place, nevertheless. She is frequently spotted strolling the neighborhood with her children, occasionally stopping to gaze at the sky, according to a neighbor. "She still sings," the neighbor remarked. Kept quiet. Silently humming. Never a change of pace. "You are my sunshine." It's a lullaby that she would sing while she was pregnant. Trust in the struggle. Some may question how someone with such steadfast faith can endure such a devastating loss. According to Jessa, however, faith does not provide a shield against suffering. Through it, it serves as a bridge. She's not sugarcoating anything. Jinger, her sister, stated in a recent private podcast. She's furious. She's in pain. However, she maintains that River's life was meaningful, and that God's goodness remains, even in the midst of tragedy. We are not denying it. It's powerful. Concluding comments. People with actual struggles and stories are hiding behind famous faces, and it's easy to lose sight of that. Reality TV daughter Jessa Duggars Seewald is more than meets the eye. Tragically, she lost her son. The River No debut video was ever given to Michael. Never been on a tour of a nursery. The little brother onesie that Jessa had purchased from Etsy was never worn. But throughout his little existence, he showed the world that every life is precious and deserving of respect and remembrance, regardless of how long it is. Let Jessa and Ben be alone with their grief. Instead of passing judgment, let us keep them in our prayers. Also, keep in mind that even the hardest hearts break, silently, faithfully, day by day.